Alright guys, Adam here. So it's been a second week of Premier League action and I'm still so happy that proper football is back. Now obviously it started on Friday with Manchester United against Southampton in the first Friday night football of the season. Now, when Manchester United are at home Friday night and we win and it's an occasion like Pogba, Zlatan, etc., then I think Friday night football is amazing. But also we have to spare a thought for the Southampton fans who had to make a very, very, very long journey on a Friday night when they would have had work and things like that. And I can see some of these Friday night games being a little bit of an issue for fans the more the season goes on. Anyway though, let's get stuck into the action. Now if you want to see my review of Manchester United against Southampton, then that's up already and you can go and check that out. Overall though, I was so pleased with the performance. Pogba showing signs of why we spent so much money for him. Zlatan scoring 2 more goals, making it 4 in 3 appearances for Manchester United. And United getting 3 points, a comfortable 3 points, which we haven't done much in the last 3 years. So it was a nice occasion at Old Trafford and hopefully we can continue the winning streak with a victory over Hull. As for the rest of the Premier League though, Burnley beat Liverpool at Turf Moor, and I think this kind of epitomises Liverpool's form in the Premier League for God knows how long. They win a game like against Arsenal 4-3, playing some great football. It was a great entertaining game, and then they travel to Burnley and many people think, oh, they've beaten Arsenal, surely they'll go there and turn Burnley over. And Burnley get the 3 points, 2-0, and I think they had like 18% possession. It's the least amount of percent of possession. Let me put my teeth back in again. It's the least amount of possession a team has won a Premier League game with ever since they started making records. So great feat for Burnley. 2 fantastically well taken goals. Andre with the second, the one that sealed the points, and he's been in the headlines this weekend as well for some comments that he made on Twitter, some homophobic comments which he made on Twitter 4 years ago. Now obviously he's come out and said I was a different person then. I apologise. I don't hold those feelings anymore. I'm a different person now and I do apologise. And whilst I don't agree with the comments that he made, they're out of order, it's refreshing to hear a footballer come out and say, look, I'm a changed person now. I made a mistake. I apologise. Rather than coming out and saying, oh, I got hacked or whatever, it wasn't me. He's come out, he's stood up for it. He's said, look, it was me, and he's apologised, and he's learned something from it as well. He's educated himself in terms of homophobia and stuff. So fair play to him. I know he got a lot of stick this weekend, and rightly so when them kind of tweets get retweeted onto the timeline. But he stood up for it like a man. Fair play, Andre. Back to the football. Leicester City against Arsenal. Both teams lost their opening fixtures of the season, and neither team has got a victory yet. And whilst it's only 2 games in, for Arsenal anyway, I don't think Leicester will be there or thereabouts for the title again this season. I think they'll fall away to maybe between 6th and 10th, maybe get a Europa League spot or something. I think the Champions League will mean they'll take their eye off the ball a little bit in terms of the Premier League. But Arsenal, a team that say they want to challenge for the title, already being 5 points off City, Chelsea and United. I know it's only 2 games. I know there's so long to go. But it's not the start that you want to a campaign. It's not the start that you want to a season. And everything around Arsenal at the moment seems really, really negative. Obviously, their fans are reacting towards it in a little bit of a meltdown. And whilst it's funny to see and, sometimes it's embarrassing or whatever for Arsenal, you can't blame them. After 10 or 11 years of shit where they should have been challenging for the title. And then you can say, all right, fair enough, City, Chelsea, United have spent a lot of money. But they have the money. And last year when Leicester won the league, Arsenal should have been winning the league. So I can see why they are so frustrated. Arsene Wenger deserves the stick that he's getting. All they need is 2 or 3 signings and they could be winning or challenging for the league. But he just hasn't done it. They're not putting their hands in their pocket and spending money when it's a time in the Premier League where everybody's spending money. So I can totally see why Arsenal fans are mad. And if Arsenal continue in this vein, they've got Watford up next. Imagine Watford beat them. Woo! It's going to be funny. It's going to be funny, but it's like Arsenal, man, what is going on there? Arsene Wenger just keeps fucking up the base. They all asked as well, could Pep do it on a cold day in Stoke? And he did it in style. After their game against Steaua Bucharest, where they won comfortably, I kind of thought there may be a European hangover, but there wasn't. Aguero in the goals again. He stood up for a penalty as well. Having missed 2 midweek, I was surprised he stood up, but he stood up and scored it. I've got Zlatan and Aguero in my fantasy team. A little bit about that later, but Aguero and Zlatan are going to be going head to head for this golden boot in the Premier League, in my opinion. I think Aguero is such a fantastic talent. Obviously, when he gets injured for City, as a United fan, I don't really care too much. But if he stays fit, the man's a machine, a fantastic striker, and he will help Pep, especially at a time when, yes, they're playing great football at the moment, but there'll come a time when City come unstuck, teams suss them out a little bit, and they have to adapt again. And having someone like Aguero who can dig you out with a goal here and there is a fantastic player to have. Elsewhere in the Premier League, Ronald Koeman got his first victory of the season, with Everton now on 4 points out of 6, and a steady start to the campaign for them. Hull won again, an away victory at Swansea. Did not see that coming. Mick Phelan, 6 points out of 6. Only 4 teams have done it. United, City, Chelsea and Hull. Who would have thought that? 6 points already. Fantastic achievement for them. They've still got to get some signings in the summer. They've got to get Mick Phelan's future sorted and the future of the club sorted as well. So it's still all up in the air there. But for Mick Phelan to do that with only 13 fit players, absolutely fantastic. And surely he deserves the job based on that alone. And Chelsea got another victory, as I said. They're on 6 points. They beat Watford. They come from behind. A fantastic victory, showing that resilience that Conte has brought to the club. Now, last season, they would have lost games like that. The team spirit wasn't there. They'd all fallen apart. But this season, they're digging out victories. Batshuayi getting his first goal in the Premier League. Diego Costa wrapping up the victory. After Watford had taken the lead, they'll be so frustrated that they didn't hold on. But Conte, who seems to celebrate every goal like it's the winner in a cup final. I love that, by the way. Gets another victory. Will it be City, United and Chelsea going head to head for the title? They're the pace setters at the moment. 6 points each to them, with Hull City also right behind them. Obviously, very, very early doors in the Premier League. Still such a long way to go. And there's still time in the window for teams to be making signings and improving their squads as well. Anyway, as promised, Fancy Premier League update. You can see my team on the screen. I had a decent week this week. 79 points. It's brought my total to 126. And having been in 609th position last week, I've now moved up to 267. I had 3 clean sheets in my back 5. Barry scored. Zlatan and Aguero got 2 each as well. So I was firing with the points and I had a decent score. I was way above the average score this week. And Ji-Sung parked the bus on 160 points. Gunnar Sandvi is also top of the league. So well done to him at the moment. If you want to join in with that, then the code is above me. Up there somewhere. Or where is it? I think it's there. Anyway, to check the code out, make sure you get in on the league. And will you beat us? I'm sure I'll give out a prize to whoever wins it. At the moment, Gunnar Sandvi's leading the way. City, United and Chelsea and Hull are leading the way in the Premier League. And I'm Adam McKola. I'm out of here. Get your comments in below. Make sure you subscribe, like and share. See you later.